Hey guys, so we're gonna go over Bible page 23, Library of the Bible, to make sure you got things right. Hopefully you did it on your own already. If you haven't, stop this video and give it a shot yourself first, but I wanna make sure that everything is done correctly. Now, as we look at this, where different books are located and why the Bible is structured the way it is, let us refer back to a sheet of paper that we had earlier that has the Bible spread out the way that we know it is divided. So if we look at these two rows of the Old Testament going here and then here, and the New Testament's there to there. And we have the different headings. The first five books of the Bible are called the books of the law, or the Pentateuch. And then we have this next group, which is the historical books. This is Matthew, Mark. This is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. And then we got Joshua, and we go all the way down to Nehemiah, Esther, and then we get into the books of poetry and wisdom. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs. And then we get into the major prophets and the minor prophets. Major not because they're more important, they're just longer. The major prophets, the minor prophets. And then we end up with the end of the Old Testament here, Malachi. Over here, it's the New Testament, and it's split up into the first part, the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. And then the historical is only one book, the book of Acts. Then we have a bunch of letters, and these were all written by Paul, so they were called the Pauline epistles. Epistle is the name, another name for a letter. And then letters written by other people, so we just called them the general epistles. And the last one is the apocalyptic book, which would be Revelations. So now that we have that in mind, as we look at what we're tackling, the Library of the Bible, it gives us a better look at things. So first of all, Isaiah. That was a big, long prophet, so he was a major prophet. I'm not going to write him in here. Revelation, the last book, apocalyptic, so just sort of correct yours as we're going. Titus, that was written by Paul, a Pauline epistle. 2 Kings was historical. And that's from the Old Testament. John, 3 John, that would be a general epistle, not a gospel. John is a gospel, not 1st, 2nd, or 3rd John. Judges, that was a historical book in the Old Testament. Luke, a gospel. Hebrews, we're not even quite sure who wrote Hebrews, but it was a letter in the New Testament, so it's a general epistle. 2 Thessalonians, that is written by Paul to the people of Thessaloniki, so it's a Pauline epistle. Jonah was a short book in the Old Testament, so it's a minor prophet. Acts, the one historical book in the New Testament. Exodus, that's one of the first 5 in the old one, so it's part of the books of the law, and so is Deuteronomy. Micah is a minor prophet, not a very long one. Job, that's with that Job, Psalms, Proverbs, that's wisdom and poetry. Then we move on to Lamentations, that is also sometimes referred to as a wisdom and poetry, but in the way our book does it, we call that a major prophet. It's a long one. Okay, Amos is a minor prophet, he was a farmer. Ephesians, that was written to Ephesus by Paul, so it's a Pauline epistle. The book Song of Songs, written by Solomon, he was a wise king, so it is books of wisdom and poetry. And then Mark is a gospel. Okay? Now down here, I'm going to reserve that for when you guys come back, and we'll correct that together. Just do your best here, see if you can get that right. Now remember, what you're doing here is you're either putting a 1 or a letter in here. A number or a letter. And make it capitalized, that way we can have a easier time of grading it. All right, I will make another video for mapping.